Hola chicos de YouTube, hoy estamos en mi primer podcast y tenemos a una invitada muy especial que me hace muchísima ilusión conocer, la cual es la bailarina de Messi en Just Dance 2026 y es Nelly Noemí. Hi Nelly!
Hi Eduardo, I'm so happy to be here with you today.
Me too. Okay, I have so many questions. They are long questions. It's not questions of yes, no, no. You need to explain the things.
Okay.
The first question is, could you tell us something about you and your job?
Yeah. Well, actually, I think I don't have your typical career because I originally I work in communication and marketing. And so I've had my own communication and marketing agency for almost 6 years now.
Oh.
So I work with different clients. I work with them on social media, influence marketing, content creation, ads, so a lot of different things. But also at the same time as this, I started training more and more as a dancer and also starting to start my career as a professional dancer. So today I'm doing both. I usually work on my marketing company in the morning and then work on my dance career in the afternoon and in the evening.
Oh, it's very interesting that.
Thank you.
The second question is, was it difficult for you to enter in the world of dance?
Yeah, that's a great question. Because like I said, I was more going towards a career not in dance at all. And so I was dancing when I was a kid and when I was younger, but then I stopped dancing for a long time. And I started dancing again when I was 26, 27, which for a dancer is considered old. I don't think I'm old, but I know for the dance industry, you're supposed to start when you're super young and you're supposed to be at the peak of your career when you're in your early 20s. So it was already very different for me. So I think it wasn't so much that it was difficult for me to enter the industry. It was more about the mindset because of what society tells you, and society tells you when you're 27, it's supposed to be the end of your career and not the start. So I think I had to reframe in my own mind that I could actually do it. And the way it started, it was very, very like organic because I started training more and more, and then I started having opportunities here and there, and I wasn't really taking it so seriously. I was just kind of saying yes to whatever was happening and every opportunity I could find, just staying super open and mainly dancing with my friends. And so I didn't really realize that I was already starting to build the beginning of my career. I was just having fun and doing projects here and there. So it was very smooth and very organic, but like I said, it was more about considering myself like a professional dancer. That was the biggest shift I had to operate.
My friends, they are so many parts of the world. I have friends in Chile, Argentina, in Spain, obviously. I can't dance with my friends in the physical space because I don't have friends in my city.
Yeah, that's I feel like that's a really good point because for me, dance was a way to connect with myself, connect with my body, of course, connect with my emotions, but also connect with other people. And I think the people that I met through dance that became my friends are the reason that I was having so much fun and that I kept going and that I wanted to go to dance classes every day because I wanted to have fun with my friends. So I feel like that it's so important to build this community, and I'm sorry that you can't have that where you live, but I'm also very happy to hear that you managed to find this community online.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a really beautiful thing. That's the most amazing thing about dance is the community.
Yeah. It's so it's so beautiful have friends that support you.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Okay, come on with the next question.
So,
Dance requires a lot of dedication and perfection. Has anyone ever told you that you lack either of those two things?
Actually, no, because I think I'm very, very hardworking. I'm very determined. So if I have a dream or a goal or something I want to make sure I'm giving myself all the tools and that I'm doing everything that I need to achieve that goal. Not because the goal in itself is the most important thing, but because I don't want to have any regrets. And I don't want to tell myself, oh, I didn't succeed because I didn't do everything that I should be doing. So I think I'm very hardworking and very dedicated. And I think people in the industry see that. And I think that's something they appreciate as well when they work with me. So fortunately, no, no one has ever said that to me. But of course, like as a dancer, you're always facing different types of critiques, and when it's constructive criticism, I really appreciate it. I have mentors that I've been working with that are hard on me, but because they love me and they want me to grow, and I really appreciate that. I appreciate the feedback as long as it comes from a place of love. I think it's a great tool that someone can give you. I mean, I think it's great that you have that mindset. I think I'm the same as you, because if you love what you do, you don't really care. And I always tell, like, I always have so many people in my life who are not dancers who are like, oh, like, I love to dance, but I'm so bad at it, or I would be so bad. I can't go take a dance class. I would be so bad. And I always tell people it doesn't matter as long as you're having fun. If you love dancing, who cares? Like, dance like nobody's watching and you'll have the best time. And in my opinion, I would rather watch someone that maybe has a lower level but is having so much fun and has so much passion and joy than someone that has perfect technique but there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
Like for me, like when I watch you dance, I can see that you have so much happiness and you're so passionate about it. I could watch you dance for hours. You know, if I watch someone that maybe has been dancing for 20 years and knows how to do all the steps, all the moves, but they're dead inside, I'm not gonna be interested in watching them.
Yeah. The dance world, it's very beautiful in all aspects, in my opinion. Because you can do friends, you have a support.
Yeah.
You can share your feelings. You can do some things.
Yeah, but it's true that there are also haters, and I've had a lot of haters on some of my videos.
I know.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care because one, if you're hating on me, it means you're interested in me and you're looking at what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So, in a
obviously.
way, you're still obsessed with me. That's okay. And then also, I know who I am. I'm confident in who I am, and I just love what I do. So it doesn't matter if you don't like it. It doesn't matter if you don't like what I'm doing, what I look like, the way I dance. I don't care because I love it, and that's all that matters. And if you want to hate on my videos, do it. It's gonna, bring in more comments. It's gonna help my video.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I read some comments in your most viral video to Messi in the behind of the scenes, and I see so many comments of hate, and I say, why? You don't have any problems with they, and you don't do nothing. You only dance.
But I think people who have hate in their hearts are always gonna exist, and the best thing we can do is just ignore them, because if we give them an answer, if we give them our time and our energy, they're gonna win.
Yeah.
And if we just ignore them and keep doing what we're doing, they're gonna eventually give up. And it's, if you're trying to move forward but you're also trying to address all the hate, you're gonna move forward more slowly. So for me, again, like, I don't really care. I don't take it personally because, like you said, these people, they don't know me.
Yeah.
So they only base their judgments of maybe watching 5 seconds of a video on the internet. That has nothing to do with me. You know,
Yeah.
and also art is very subjective. Some people might like it, some people might not. And that's okay. I feel like hate on social media should not exist, should be punished for sure. But I was also prepared for it. I know that when you post something and it's out there, you take a risk. Unfortunately, it shouldn't be this way, but it is. So I was prepared. I knew that maybe I was gonna get some hate, not maybe as much, but it's also because the video went so viral, and for maybe like a few dozen comments of hate, there are also
Yeah.
literally millions of people that liked the video.
Yeah, I know.
I'm trying to focus on that, and I met amazing people like you that have been such a great support for me, and that's for me that's the most beautiful takeaway out of all of this is getting to meet you, getting to meet people who are defending me always, and like all that love. For me, it's so much more important than the little bit of hate, you know.
Yeah, I know. The next question is from some of my friends. It's from
Okay.
Kaito. Kaito said, how do you keep the expressiveness throughout a song and don't go out of the character?
Oh, oh, I love that question. I think there are different ways that dancers and performers approach that. But for me, when I dance, I'm always acting. So for me, dancing is acting. And so
Yeah.
I really try to, every time I start dancing, even if it's in class, who am I? What's my character? What are they feeling? Where am I? Sometimes I'm in a dance studio and I imagine I'm on stage in an arena in front of thousands of people. And so I really try to tell the full story in my head before I start dancing, rather than focusing on, oh, do I remember the step? Oh, I need to put my hand here and not here. Because I think if you start going there, then that's when you come out of character. So I really try to set a whole scene as if I'm in a movie, and it really helps me. And when I dance, and I think especially for Just Dance, because you have the makeup and the costume. So for me, it's like I'm not Nelly anymore. I'm this character, and I'm just gonna experience all the emotions and everything as if I was this character.
When I need do a choreography or something, how I do is see the expressions of the character, know who he is, and
Yeah.
then I try to listen the song, but I don't dance it. I only hear it, and I try to do the expressive.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a great thing to do. I definitely do the same, and I think as dancers and as artists, we should always connect to the music. And so I do the same as you. I always try to listen to the lyrics. What is the story, and what does it make me feel? Can I maybe draw from a memory, like an experience I had that is similar to this song, or am I thinking of someone? Someone that made me happy, someone that made me sad, someone that made me angry. And so I try to make sure that the emotions are real so that I can stay in character in a very authentic way.
Yeah.
Because if you're like, okay, the first minute I'm gonna pretend I'm sad, the second minute I'm gonna pretend I'm angry, I feel like it shows that it's not real.
Okay, the next question. Now getting to the topic from Just Dance, one of my friends, his name is Carlitos, asked, was it very difficult to audition to be chosen as a coach?
Yeah, I've had a lot of people asking me this question. A lot of people told me, it's my dream job, how do I get it? Well, the first thing that you need to know is that the game, not all of it, but most of it is made in France, and made in Paris. So the audition was in Paris, and of course, to be able to work in France, you need to be legally able to work in France. Because I know there are a lot of people, for instance, from the US, who have asked me about it. And I don't think that from a legal standpoint it would be that easy for them, because I don't think they could work in France. Anyway, so the thing with the audition, it was a few years ago already. I wasn't really, like I told you before, I had to really work on my mindset to think of myself as a professional dancer, even though I was already dancing at a professional level. So I had to convince myself to audition. When I saw that the post that the audition was happening, I saw one 2 years before and I didn't go because I was too scared. And I regretted not going. And so when I saw the other post that they were having another audition, it was a couple years later, I was like, okay, now I really have to go because I don't want to regret not going like last time. And I talked to my friends and I was like, guys, do you want to go to this audition with me? Because I was too scared to go by myself.
Yeah.
So 2 of my dance friends and I, we went together. And basically you just had to show up at the place that they said, wait in line, get your number, and then we learned the first choreo in the morning. Then you go in front of the jury, I think it was 8 at a time. You do the choreo once, change lines, do it again. Then they were already making some cuts. So some people were asked to stay, some people were asked to leave already. Then in the afternoon, we did more choreos that were more in the style of the game. And it was 4 or 5, I think, different dance styles.
Yeah.
And we had to dance in groups of 3 or 4 because they wanted to see how we could interact with other dancers. And then again, when in front of the jury, then we were asked to freestyle, which I know for a lot of dancers can be very scary, but you should always be prepared to freestyle at an audition. So if that's something you're uncomfortable with, you need to do it more and more so you get more comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think for me, when I did the freestyle, I love doing lip sync. I love lip syncing.
Yes,
So
me too. I love it.
I just went to the table and I was pretending I was lip syncing. Like I was lip syncing, I was pretending I was the singer, and I think it was different than what everyone else did, which maybe is also why they liked it. And then after that, there was another callback, and you had to prepare choreography from the game for the callback. So overall, it was not that long of a process because it was one day for the first and second round, and then another day when you had an appointment for the callback. And I will say it was a great day. The whole Just Dance team, they made it so nice. Everyone was, because I think for sometimes auditions can be a little, the atmosphere can be very competitive.
Yeah.
People can be a little bit like,
See, I know.
But everyone there was super nice. I met a lot of very cool people. There were some friends I already knew that I saw there, and we just had a good time. And the choreographers and the jury, everyone was so nice. So it made it feel like it was a very low pressure environment, which made, at least for me, it made me able to let go, have fun, enjoy, and that helped me showcase who I am to the best of my ability, to not let the nerve get the best of me. So I really am super grateful for the experience that the Just Dance team created, because I think it's probably the best audition I've ever done. I went there and I was convinced I was never gonna get it. I was just gonna go for the experience and to have fun, and I got it. So you never know.
No, you don't really know in that moment if you have chose or no.
Yeah.
If the team called you for other song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't know what the casting team or the team for for any audition, you don't know what they're looking for, and you might not be right for this project, but like you said, maybe they're working on something else and you're right for this other project.
Yeah.
So the best thing we can do is show up and enjoy ourselves, and then see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. This question is very interesting. If you would like to know if you have learned anything new working for the game that you can take with your both professionality or personally.
Yeah, that is a great question. Working for Just Dance is a very specific job. I think as a dancer, it's very unique in many ways. You have this process, this whole rehearsal process of, okay, we're making a dance, but we're making a dance for a video game.
Yeah.
So it has to be, the movement has to be so clean. It has to be so consistent. When you're doing, for instance, when you're doing a live performance, you know, if something happens, if a mistake happens, the moment is gone, it's okay, you know, like it's live. When you're working on set for a music video, for instance, you know, like, okay, maybe I didn't do it perfectly, but maybe I'm not even in the shot. Maybe the camera was focusing on someone else, or maybe when they edit, they're gonna change it. But with Just Dance, it has to be perfect, because people then are gonna follow you, and it's, you know, they need to be able to score the dance as well.
Yeah.
Program the scoring. So you have to be super clean, and specifically for Just Dance, usually like the verse will repeat, the chorus will repeat. So you also have to make sure that what you did the first time, you're doing the same thing the second time.
Yeah.
So that was a great exercise, and specifically for me, I think that has been something that I have been working on for a few years, trying to be very clean in my movement and in executing choreography. So it was just a really, really good exercise, and it made me even more aware and conscious of my movements, and that's something that now I am applying to everything else that I'm doing.
This question is from other friend. My friend Leote say, give 3 reasons why you think you are the right dancer for Messi.
Okay. Well, first of all, that's not my opinion, but I don't know if you know, but like the way it works, first Just Dance team, they're gonna think of the song and the character, and then they're gonna look who do they have in their roster of dancers that can match the character.
Yeah.
So they also believed I was the right person for this song. I think, well, first of all, just like a very obvious reason, I think, is also the way that my body looks, that matches one kind of what the artist looks like, but also matches the lyric. There is literally a lyric that says, I know I'm not skinny, so I don't think they could have chosen a skinny person to dance that. And that would not have made a lot of sense, you know? Like we talked about this earlier, you want it to be as authentic as possible. So I think that someone, you know, like, you need to be like as close to the experience that the artist is talking about as possible. I also think that this song requires maybe a certain level of maturity when it comes to the emotions that it expresses. It's a very powerful song, and it's a very powerful message. And I think that to be able to act this out, like we talked about before, like dancers are actors, and to be able to act these emotions, I think you need to have a certain amount of life experience so that it is as authentic as it can be. So I think that's the second reason. And then a third reason, I don't know which way it started, but I knew that they told me they wanted a lip sync for this song. And like I said, I love lip syncing. And so they asked me if I was okay lip syncing, and that's something I love to do. So I think that also made me a good match. As you can see on the map, I'm lip syncing all the lyrics. I learned all the lyrics by heart. And so I think that's also a challenge. I think because I speak English fluently, it's easier for me to learn lyrics in English. And because I'm used to dancing and lip syncing at the same time, I knew
Yeah.
I could also do a good job at doing that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I
Do you think I
think
was the right choice?
they say you need to do lip singing. They say, or
Yeah,
it's
they
oh
asked me if I was okay when I'm dancing because in Just Dance, in some of the mats, the dancers are not lip syncing. They're
yeah
just dancing. But they
oh
asked me if I was okay to lip sync, and I said yes. So before the first rehearsal, when I found out what the song was gonna be, I learned all the lyrics so that I knew the lyrics by heart. So that when I went to rehearsal, I could focus on dancing, and I already knew the lyrics and was already practicing. Starting from the first rehearsal, I was already practicing the lip sync as well as the dance.
oh my god.
I don't know how it works for other maps because I've only done this one, but I know
Yeah.
that when I was asked to dance on Messi, they asked me if I was okay to lip sync,
Oh my
and I
god.
took it very seriously. I was like, "Yes, I got you. I will learn everything by heart."
Yeah. And it's very slow song, but the dance it's perfect for that song.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
So yeah, the choreographer is Jordan Bori.
Yeah.
I love him so much. Again, when I found out that he was gonna be choreographing, I was extremely happy because he's someone that I admire. I had taken class from him before. We had worked together on an event, and so I knew I love him so much, and I was so happy that we got to work together on this project, and we got to also just spend time together. I was really happy about it. And he's an amazing choreographer, and then I think his movement is so unique,
Yeah.
and he really brought that to this map. I feel like it's very true to also what the song is saying. It's very true to the way I move, so I think he did an amazing job. And even if the song is slow, and it's not necessarily a song that you think about first when you think about a dance song, but he did such a good job, and it's still cardio. Like
Yeah.
when you do it, it's still like like you're a little
When you see the dance, it's a chill dance, but when you dance it, it's very tired.
yeah.
It's incredible.
When I was doing it on sets, and I was like going full out, I was after every take I was like.
Yeah.
Also with the costume and the makeup, it was very hot, but yeah, it's not as chill as people think it is. And I think if you really do it with if you embody the message of the song and you really get into it, and you like with all the rage and everything that it builds up to, like at the end you're like, okay, you've given everything you have.
The question is from Panda Pino,
Okay.
and she said, which song from Just Dance 2026 would you have liked to be in if you hadn't been contacted for Messi?
Oh, that's a great question. All these questions are great. Every
Yeah.
time I'm like, that's a great
It's
question.
incredible.
I think Abracadabra.
Oh, it's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
It's
I love it. I think it's great. I love the song. I love Lady Gaga.
yeah, me
So,
too. I'm
yeah.
fan.
Yeah, me too. So I think dancing to Lady Gaga would have been great. So yeah, I think that would have been Abracadabra for sure.
Oh, question from Anto, other jazz dancer. She said, how does the process of becoming a coach for the game feel?
You mean like not the how to become a coach, but like the transformation?
Yeah.
I loved the process again because everyone I got to work with in the costume department or in the hair and makeup department were so nice and talented. So I had a great time spending time with them while they were working on transforming me. It can be a little bit of a long process because they put so much care. I don't know if people realize how every single detail on the costume, on the makeup is very, very thought.
The makeup, it's very good.
The makeup is amazing. The costume and hair is amazing, but also every single detail they have thought about it. And so there are like you do some tests before, and they try to fix every single detail. It's so impressive. Because they have the character in mind and they also want to make sure that they're authentic to the character. So they're like, okay, would this character be wearing this? Would she be wearing that? Maybe she would be wearing this like this because she's in that mindset. So it all like there's a lot of thought that goes into it. And because it's a long process, it also helped me to get more familiar with my character. Because I was hearing the team discussing it and saying, yeah, but maybe like for the character from Messi, for instance, Zeta, she's supposed to be this teenager that doesn't really care about the social norms, and that's why like maybe she was just at basketball practice, but she's like sets her own fashion trend, so now she's just gonna put this tutu.
Yeah, a little messy.
Yeah, top of her basketball shorts because she just finished her basketball practice and she's messy, she doesn't care, but she's also very like not in the norms. And so all of these details were discussed in the room when I was there, and they were doing the costume and the makeup and hair on me, so I really got to know the character as well.
Okay. This question is from Mr. Dancer Shiny, other friend, and he said, would you like appear in the game again?
I would love to. I don't know at this moment. Also, I am based in New York right now. I decided to move to New York 2 years ago to build my career as a dancer here as well, because there are a lot of opportunities here that I'm really interested in. So I go back and forth between Paris and New York, but I'm mainly based in New York. So the first time that Just Dance called me, actually, I couldn't do it because you have to be in France for a few weeks, and I was already committed to something here. So they called me and I had to say no, which was devastating. Yeah, and so then they called me again last summer, and I was like, yes, I can do it this time. So I don't know what it was for. They didn't tell me. I didn't ask. But yeah, so you never know when they're gonna call you. If they call you, like I explained before, they first think of a character, and then they're gonna see who matches this character. So if there's someone else, another character that they think I would be a good match for, hopefully they will call me again. But I don't know. But I hope so, and I know, again, I'm so grateful. So many people have commented like on TikTok saying that they hope I'm gonna be in the game again. I'm with you guys. Fingers crossed. Just Dance, give me a call and I'll make it work. I'll be back because I had such a great time. I loved the experience. I would 100% do it again if they call me.
Oh, and if you, for one reason, Just Dance called you, with which song would you like to appear in the game? Other time.
So a song that has not been in the game yet.
Yeah.
Such a good question. So many songs.
It's very complicated question.
I know that, last time when I was in costume, I was thinking I kind of look like Chappell Roan with the costume, with the red hair and everything.
Maybe Pink Pony Club?
Pink Pony Club would be my dream.
Oh.
Pink Pony Club. Because again, it's a very emotional song. I love it so much. So I actually told them, I was like, if you ever want to do Pink Pony Club, call me.
Incredible.
Oh yeah.
And the last question.
Or Beyonce song.
Beyonce song.
that would be fierce. I don't know anyone, any Beyonce song, I would do it.
Okay, and Nelly, I
Yes.
have a surprise for you.
Okay.
So much Just Dancers and we do a video for you.
Oh my god.
3, 2, 1, go.
You can't even talk. Three just to help you sleep. And while you out getting all the 4 o'clock, and then you come home to me and don't say hello. 'Cause I got again and forgot to fold my clothes. 'Cause I'm too messy
So
and
good.
I'm just too clean.
Yeah, okay, energy.
Job in West Berlin, and I'm too perfect till I open my big
Oh, this costume is so cool.
Yeah.
Everyone is so creative. The braid and everything. Oh, I love it. The outfit, amazing. The hair, amazing. The energy.
Yeah.
Honestly, this means so much to me, and my heart is gonna explode. I am so grateful for you and for everyone in this community that has been so amazing with me and has sent me so much love. Like, it's been such an amazing experience getting to meet all of you thanks to this game and thanks to this map. And that's something I will even if I never get to do it again, I will remember this forever. Like, I'm gonna take it with me forever. And send me the video because I want to watch it again and again. And I want to thank you for writing everyone's handle so I can reach out to them and thank them, each and every one of them. But if you are listening right now, thank you
Yeah.
so much for taking the time. I know time is so precious. Thank you so much for taking the time in your life to do this for me. I'm so grateful and I love you so much.
You're welcome, Nelly.
Thank you.
I love you because your map it's on my top 3 best Just Dance map in Just Dance 2026.
Wow, thank you.
It's incredible.
And
Yeah.
can I ask you because I'm really interested, what do you like about Messi? Like, what resonated with you?
Messi, in my opinion, the choreo it's good, but the song I don't believe to be perfect to enter the game because it's very slow. It's like Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo. They are so slow songs, and if you do a dance game, I think you need put happy songs, no slow and sad, because many people can dance it, but for the new players I think it's not the best idea, in my opinion. But the choreo, the map, the background, I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's in the mood of the song.
Mm.
But about that, the song it's great, but not for Just Dance, in my opinion.
I see. I think it's great that there is a lot of diversity in the game,
Yeah,
because maybe like you said, it's still like now it's one of your top 3, even though like maybe at first you didn't think it was a good fit for the game, but in the end you still love it. And I think
yeah,
it's great that they're offering a very good range of song choices and of choreography and of levels, so that everyone can find something that they identify to and that they love. So I think that's really special. So I know some people, like everyone, it's like art and music, it's so subjective. So some
Yeah.
people are gonna love it, some people are not gonna love it, but there's something for everyone, and I think that's amazing.
yeah. Thank you, Nelly, for all, and Bueno chicos, espero que os haya gustado este pequeño podcast. Si me he trabado muchísimo es porque mi inglés tampoco es que sea muy bueno que se diga, pero al menos me defiendo. Y si queréis otro podcast con otra Just Dancer, pues ya sabéis, dadle apoyo, suscribiros, dadle like y yo me despido. Y hasta el próximo video, que a ver qué canción depara la semana que viene. Adiós.